And his past turns out to be violent, and his search for answers would make him go down the same path, so he almost repeats of love from the past. Yet he realizes he can change, and that as long as he has supportive people around him, he can feel better, and that love is more important than some past ideas. And this is a really smart theme, as indeed if we focus too much on the past and we aren't focused in the here and now, we might repeat the same mistakes, especially if we want to go down the same road from the past, just to make sure we have an identity. And it can cause us to lose friends we care about, and love is a lot more important an answer than delving into cruelty again. Exactly, and that is why I will never vote again. All people are evil. And we also see by Stryker being able to capture the X-Men using information and using the strongest mutants against them, and using information from other mutants by brainwashing them, the knowledge and control the most dangerous weapons, because we see Stryker uses mutants to frame them and turn them against each other, and Magneto uses manipulation to have his own friends kill many people, and we see that it even almost causes Xavier to hurt innocent people, and it degrades the value of human life, treating them as pets. And this is also a really smart theme, as indeed manipulating people gives you a lot more control than plain violence. Because if you manipulate people, you can make the populace agree with you, and you can use their own information against you. Although I don't see what is really wrong with treating humans as pets. And we also see with Iceman, who can't touch Rogue because of her mutation, but still bonds with her, that our nature might drive us apart, but that we can still bond over shared feelings, because he supports her and she makes him feel less alone when his family betrays him. And he wants to touch her and almost dies, and she feels lonely, but because he stands up for her and they work together and he cares for her, she becomes happier, and he also, and they are a team, and they are stressed. She's alienated, but she's more of a real family to him than his parents are, because they don't accept him the way he is. This is also a really wise theme, as indeed, as long as we support each other, we aren't really alone, but never being able to physically touch someone is hurtful. Like with Scarlett Johansson. Stupid restraining order. Why am I even listening to that? And with Nightcrawler, who looks at his own mistakes and pities people for their flaws, and can be so understanding through faith, which Storm adopts, supporting him to do something difficult. We see that faith can be stronger than anger. This sets them apart from Magneto, and Nightcrawler is happy due to his faith, and this helps Wolverine and Rogue move on, and even creates peace by allowing them to convince the President that there's hope, and that there's faith, instead of just hatred and anger. And with Iceman, whose family doesn't accept him as truly as but his friends do and support and care for him, we see that our real family are the ones that love us the way we are. Stryker never loved his son, but Xavier and the X-Men love Wolverine and give him a purpose, and Wolverine really helps them, and Iceman tried to keep it a secret from his family, but again we see, like with Pyro, they are intolerant, but his friends will care for him and give him support. Good! Now I can use it to break him and manipulate him. This is also a clever theme, as indeed when people love us, they give us a purpose, and if our family doesn't accept us, we cannot count on their support, and this happens a lot. So with Iceman and Rogue rescuing the X-Men by going off on their own, disobeying orders, we see sometimes taking risks, disobeying orders and acting on our own, because we care so much for our friends that we trust in our own skills. It's necessary, and it makes us stronger and makes us braver, just as with Wolverine acting on his own to help his own friends. And we see sometimes we need to trust in our own hearts, and Rogue does when she urges Wolverine to come with them, and Xavier when he keeps secrets from Wolverine. But in the end, it also allows them to grow strong, because they still trust each other, and they know that they are trying to do the right thing for each other, and they aren't hurting people. This is also a wise theme, as indeed we must also trust our own hearts. This will actually allow us to help our friends more, as love can give us the right instincts. And also with Stryker we see how our hatred for abuse and cruelty can turn us into cruel, abusive people ourselves, and how it can lead us to lose our sense of value of human life, the basis of right and wrong, and how this will lead us to our own destruction, as Magneto becomes more hateful due to Stryker and Pyro due to his family, and becomes more hateful and joins Magneto, and Magneto tortures Stryker and tortures innocent people and almost kills all the humans. Wolverine, through his friends, allows him to help others, and he and the X-Men value all humans. This is because Xavier protects all innocent people, and Storm by not being angry but having faith, ends up being happier. And this is a really wise theme, as people when they generalize often go too far and become what they are fighting. And if we value human life while fighting those that hurt it, we're good people and can be proud of ourselves. The film is for a big part light, with light comedic moments and exciting action and adventure, but also has a lot of dark, dramatic depth. and intensity moments. And it really captures the feelings of loneliness, and it's really double layered. Like the first, it combines many genres as well, like science fiction, drama, political thriller, action, superhero, and morality play. And as Captain Logan mentions, it has an even way better pace than the original. It is more action-packed, but also has deeply developed characters, and it really takes its time to do so, to really develop its characters first and create build-up, and there's really light-hearted moments to contrast the suspense. Ah, yes, like Talia said, the slowest knife cuts the deepest. The film has really elaborate settings, like the X-Mansion is really wide and mysterious with open half-way rooms, which go really far. And the military base is claustrophobic and mysterious with tight corridors and dark spaces. And the White House setting is colorful with many different vibrant paintings and open windows. The film also has fantastic comedy. It is really funny. Wolverine uses his hand to light out a cigarette because he has healing factor, so it won't harm him, but it does hurt him. So he hurts himself for convenience. And Iceman using his freeze breath to cool off a soda is hilarious because it shows how casual superpowers can be used, and how easy they can be aside from all the hatred. And Wolverine takes his claw out against the cat, showing how paranoid he is. Oh, why not go all the way, Wolverine? And he asked for a beer at school, which is of course really socially awkward. And that makes it fun. And he immediately looks for beer in Iceman's house, which shows he's a bit obsessed. And the action is fantastic. There's a lot of teleporting, kicks, jumps, many soldiers, fast running tornadoes, jets, rockets, super speed, fire controlling metal, and it is all very suspenseful, with our heroes often being surrounded and it being unclear whether they're gonna make it, and with them almost getting shot and getting taken by surprise. And it's complex and it's focused, and it really builds with more people getting taken out and one side getting more of an advantage over the other. And it's got fast jump works using metal control to take pins out of grenades, blowing soldiers up, which is very smart, as indeed if you could use metal, you could take out pins of grenades and they would blow up, and claw fights and a dam flooding with water nearly drowning them. It is fantastic. The dialogue is again really realistic, natural and deep, like with lines like, "How does it feel, Bob?" When Wolverine stabs Stryker, it perfectly shows how sadistic he is and that he feels hurt by Stryker and wants him to know what it is like. It shows really intense anger, showing just how much you can hurt someone by treating them like a pet. Sometimes anger can make you survive it. It conveys that sometimes anger comes from desperation or feelings of helplessness in a terrible situation, and conveys how angry Storm is. And out of desperation and not coldness. And sometimes the mind needs to discover things of its own. Really conveyed how Xavier believes in the natural course of things, and conveys how we can't force our minds to work a certain way. "Doesn't anybody sleep around here?" really conveys how surprised Wolverine is by everybody being awake. And lines like, "Thanks, no problem," are really relaxed, conveying how relaxed the characters are around each other. And "I'm sorry, Charles," reflects Magneto, feels bad betraying a former friend. The film also has really intense, mysterious spiritual atmosphere of scenes of silence and mystery and creepiness. The cast is fantastic. Hugh Jackman is dark, violent, sadistic, fluent and intense, but also sweet and subtle. Patrick Stewart is again intellectual, wise, relaxed and comfortable, and must not make a Star Trek joke. Brian Cox is really manipulative, arrogant and controlling, and not make Dr. Cox joke. And Ian McKellen is menacing, arrogant, playful, relaxed, and really multi-layered. And come on, must not make a K-joke, must not make a Oh God, why are you testing me like this? Halle Berry is really dark, brooding and angry, yet also sweet and supportive. Famke Janssen is warm, sad and shy in her role. James Marsden is comfortable and natural. Anna Paquin is sweet, sad and awkward. Rebecca Stalman-Stamets is really playful and adventurous and exciting. Alan Cumming is really silent and mysterious and dark. Aaron Stanford is aggressive, cocky and arrogant. Sean Ashmore is really friendly and detailed. Kelly Hu is really menacing. The direction is even more fluent and energetic. It is fast and vibrant, and the setups are intimate with dramatic close-ups, and overall the direction is more sudden, adding to the intensified tension, and it is more restrained close-ups, adding to a very internal, secretive feeling. The cinematography dark and grisly, but also sometimes light and colorful, and it has more intense, contrasting, unsaturated colors, adding to the intensity of the conflict. The lighting is mysterious and intense, being very strongly into the camera and even more confrontive than in the first film, and so the film really adds a new visual look to the series and fits the newer story while being consistent with the series. It's still very realistic, with the colors being fitting and being natural and the direction focused on the characters. The set design is elaborate and the sets gritty and detailed and advanced and harsh, adding really a lot to the aggressive feel. And clean in the jet dimension, adding a warm feeling. The props are often dirty in the scenes with strike, adding to the roughness, while clean in Xavier's mansion. And the costumes are dark and complex, adding to the gothic feel. The special visual effects are amazing. The digital compositing seamless. The green screen is detailed. The CGI fantastic. The fire is organic. The metal hard. The stunt top is rough. The tornadoes have fluid movements. The jets look three-dimensional. The water looks fluid. The morphing is really smooth. The explosion is really gritty. The makeup is again lively, with really rough skins and really harsh claws. The editing is fast and adds to the real stressness and constant building in the story, while at the same time being very fluent and swift, adding to a feeling of hauntingness and of being attacked. And the sound is intense and really also adds to the grittiness by being very sharp. And the music is epic and exciting, but also warm, relaxed, and dark, and mysterious and eerie. And Hugh Jackman's ass is tight. No, pray to God. Oh yeah, I'm a devout Catholic. All I do can be justified by donating money to the church, but not this. Hey, I also got a gay joke in there. This is a wonderful day. X2 was a mega blockbuster, grossing $407,711,549 worldwide and $110 million budget, grossing over $111 million more than the originals. $296,339,527. It sold very well on home media, and it did fantastically well on rentals and got great critical reviews, getting 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, with the consensus tightly scripted, solidly acted, and impressively ambitious. X2 X-Men United is a bigger and better than its predecessor and a benchmark for comic sequels in general, and it has 7.6 on IMDb, and it did greatly with audiences, getting 84% of Rotten Tomatoes audience ratings. It's got fan acclaim, great reputation, and immense cultural impact. I think the film is fairly rated and that it is completely deserved. The film is great and deserves to be known as such. So the first film, the original, the starter, got received very well, and the second film, the first sequel, the sequel, got received even better. The film further cemented the superhero genre, being the second successful sequel and an immensely successful sequel, and even way more successful than the first, and the fifth big successful comic book film. That won't save you though, Batman. So X2 was a great production. I think it is an outstanding masterpiece and better than the first film. I think it is fairly rated. It got praised so much, and this is completely deserved. And I think Captain Logan is right and made a great review, and that the nostalgia critics is wrong. Go see it. I give it a 10+. Next time we will be looking at X-Men The Last Stand and Captain Logan's review of that film, and also of Confused Matthew's review of the film. Bye.